Problem number 1, you would have to, in order to find the expression that is equivalent, you would just distribute and combine. So the only thing that I can distribute that I see on here is this negative right here. So distribute the negative here and here. That's going to change the signs, and then you just combine like terms. Okay, so if you forgot to do that, that's the first thing you need to do. So it becomes negative 7x and plus 6. Everything else just comes down. There's nothing else here that you can distribute. Positive 1 would give you the same thing. So you bring down the 3x squared plus 14 plus 29. You can take off those parentheses right there. So plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 9x. So it's a lot of stuff, but a lot of those look alike, so you just combine them. So let's start off with the x squares. 3x squared plus 3x squared gives you 6x squared. So I can get rid of a because it says 3x squared. Then you do the x's. So negative 7x plus 5x plus 9x gives you 7x. That's what it gave you? Positive 7x. And that cancels b and d. And let's just make sure that the last answer gives us 49. 14 plus 6 plus 29 does give you 49. So the answer is C. For problem number 2, it's asking for the difference. That means subtracting the difference in the perimeters. Difference in perimeters. So which one looks bigger to you? The first rectangle or the second rectangle? The second one's probably going to be a little bit bigger, so we're going to start with this one and subtract the smaller one. Okay? If this is x, then this is also x. If this is 2x squared plus 3x plus 6, then this is also 2x squared plus 3x plus 6. So you have to combine like terms. We're going to start off with the x squares. So 2x squared plus 2x squared gives you 4x squared. And then I have 3x plus 3x plus x plus x, 8x, positive 8x. And then 6 plus 6, 12. So this is the first perimeter, and you can put that in parentheses. And we're going to subtract, so put minus the second one. So we got to figure that one out. If this is x right here, then this is also x. And if this is 3x plus 4, then this is 3x plus 4. So let's go ahead and add the x's. I have 3x plus 3x plus x plus x. 8. This is 6 right here, and then one more and one more, that's 8x. And then 4 plus 4, 8. So we didn't have an x squared on that one, which is fine. We need to distribute the negative here and here. So it gives you negative 8x and negative 8. Bring everything down. 4x squared plus 8x plus 12. So the 4x squared stays because there's nothing to subtract or add to. The x's, 8x minus 8x, are going to cancel out. So you don't have to write down an x anymore. And then you have 12 minus 8, positive 4. So your answer is B. Problem number 3 says, which of the following is equivalent to the expression 3m minus 7m squared plus 5m plus m squared? And they give you 3 options. It says Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, and it has different things on there. So what I suggest you do is that you work the problem out first, combine like terms, and see which one of 1, 2, and 3 give you the same answer. So let's start with the m squares. That's negative 7m squared plus 1m squared. What does that give you? Negative 6m squared. And then 3m plus 5m, positive 8m. Roman numeral 1 gives us that. Okay? But we can't just say that it's 1 only because I don't know. I need to distribute 2 and 3 to see if one of those gives me the same thing that I just got. So Roman numeral 2, if I distribute the 2m to the 4m, what does that give you? 8m. If I distribute the 2m to the negative 3, what does that give you? Negative 6m. Oh, this one's m squared because 2m times 4m is 8m squared. That's not what we got here. Because right now it says that it's negative 6m squared and this one's it's 8m squared. That's not the same thing. So it's not Roman numeral 2. If I do Roman numeral number 3 and I distribute like this, what does 2m times 4 give you? 8m. And what is 2m times negative 3m give you? Negative 6m squared. This is exactly like this one. They just moved them. It's a negative 6m squared. Here we go, negative 6m squared. And then there's a positive 8m and a positive 8m. So that's also equivalent to the expression that we started with. So it's going to be Roman numeral 1 and 3. The answer is C. We're not doing problem number 4, so make sure that you cross it out. On problem number 7, the only thing I want you to do is put this in the calculator. So in the calculator, you would put 64 to the power of 3/2. And that's going to give you the answer. So I'll let you do that on the calculator so that you can get the answer. Problem number 8. Problem number 8, x to the 2a times x to the 2b is equivalent to which of the expressions? So when you're multiplying, what are you actually doing with the exponents? You're adding the exponents. So your answer should be something like x to the 2a plus 2b. And you cannot add those two because they're not the same. So you would just say that the answer is D. Okay, they just want to make sure that you know what's happening when you're multiplying those two. And then problem number 9 is a literal equation. And all of your answers are in x's. If you look, A is x equals B, C is x equals, D is x equals. So we are going to solve for x. Okay, so we can draw our line. What's happening to x? It's multiplying by 5/9. And they added y. So if I'm solving for x, what am I going to do first? Subtract. So we're working backwards, so we're going to do the addition and we're going to subtract by y. So minus y minus y. That gives you z minus y equals 5/9 x. How am I going to get rid of that 5/9? Multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, it's the same thing as dividing by 5/9. If you do that, make sure that you use, well, actually, no, you can't do it with this one because you wouldn't get it right. This is a literal equation. So you would have to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 9/5. So multiply times 9/5 here, and also this whole thing over here, 9/5. So that leaves you with x equals 9/5 times z minus y, and your answer is D. On problem number 12, they're asking you to find how many tickets they ordered. If you look at the table, it's talking about the ticket price. So the price per ticket was $32.50 each ticket. Then there was a convenience charge, which was $3.30 per ticket. So these two have to go together because it's per ticket. Every ticket that they bought, they had to pay $32.50 and $3.30 for it. This other number, the $5.90, is just per order. So let's say we have an order of 7 tickets. Okay, you're going to pay only one time $5.90 for those 7 tickets because it was just one order. They want to know how many tickets this person ordered if it was a total cost of $220.70. Okay? So what do we know about each ticket? Each ticket you have to pay $32.50 plus $3.30. So each ticket you pay $32.50 plus $3.30 per ticket. So you add those two up, and that's going to be how much it costs per ticket. Plus a one-time fee of $5.90. And that's going to equal to $220.70. Doesn't this look familiar to you? Slope and y-intercept. This is going to be your slope. If you add those two up, what does that give you? In the calculator, if you add them. What is it? 35.80 each ticket plus a one-time fee of $5.90 equals to $220.70. So we need to solve this equation. Solve it. What's happening to your x? It's multiplying by 35.80, and then you added $5.90. So what are you going to do first? You're going to subtract. So subtract $5.90 first. And then you're going to divide. All right, so go ahead and finish that off by yourselves.